Okay, good evening, students. How are you today?
Fine, teacher.
Okay,
Fine, and you?
I am fine, thank you. My name is Andres Ullo Rivera. Uh, as I told you before, we are going to have a guide to lead this class. I have a lesson plan prepared. We are going to follow that lesson plan. And whatever question you have, you can ask the question at any moment. Remember that the classes are 100% in English. The idea of these encounters is to improve our oral skills. Okay. Well, I'm going to be sharing with you my presentation is a PowerPoint presentation, and there are some questions there. So let me know if you have visibility, if you can see my presentation. Okay.
Okay, teacher.
So can you see the screen?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Right. Okay. Perfect. Mhm. Okay, this course is Intermediate English 2. This lesson plan is getting to know each other. That is the idea. It's an icebreaker. The idea is to learn what we do, where we live, all these kind of things, our interests. Okay. And my name, as I told you, Andres Ojo Rivera. So we're gonna have a warm-up activity, which is introduce yourself. So you must introduce yourself following these parameters. Yeah, I'm going to do it first to give you an example of what I want you to do, okay? So listen to me and follow me as an example. First, my name is Andres Ullo Rivera. I am 38 years old. I was born in Medellin, Antioquia. I live in Medellin, Antioquia. I live downtown. I am an English teacher, but I also work in a company, which is my main job. It's a software development company. I work there as a trainer. I teach the personnel in that company. I teach English too, and I also work as a customer support. Okay, this is a multinational company. We are expanding here in Latin America, so that's why I'm doing my job there. Okay, and I'm going to mention two things that I like doing. First of all, I like exercise a lot. I have, for example, two activities that I love doing. One of them is Shaolin Kung Fu. I practice Kung Fu 3 times a week, so Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. I love this very much. And another activity that I do is airsoft. Have you ever heard of this activity of sport, airsoft? You know what it is? Jorge,
Yes.
you
Yes,
know what
teacher.
it is? You know what it is? Okay. So I like doing this. This is like a military combat simulation. So we use replicas of the rifles, the guns in the field, and we divide, the group into two teams, and we plan, strategies, military strategies, and we simulate military combat in the field with replicas. So that's what I like to do a lot too. And there is one activity that I don't like doing. Well, to be honest, I don't like doing very much, the housework. I find it boring. I don't have much time to do that. It doesn't mean that I am dirty. Of course, sometimes I have to clean, to keep the order at home. But I don't like, taking the mopping the floors or dust my house or, doing these kind of things. I find it really boring. But obviously, I have to do it. So basically, this is the information that I want you to give me. like pretty the same order that I did. Okay, so who wants to go first? Jorge or Pilar? Who wants to go first? One,
Okay.
two, three. Okay. Okay,
Me.
Jorge, you
Okay.
start. Okay.
Hello for all. My name is Jorge Mario Garcia Villegas. I am 32 years old. I was born in Sagún, Córdoba. Um, but I live in Florencia, Caquetá now.
Okay.
My occupation is a policeman. Um, Two things you like doing. I like doing to to improve my English because I think that my speaking is very poor. Um,
Okay.
yes, yes, and I have many problems when I try to speak because in my mind I try to planate or plan the ideas, but when I speak, I I have many mistakes and wrong.
Okay.
I want to improve my English, my speaking. The
That's one
second
thing.
thing that I like doing is uh, know uh, people that speak in English here in Colombia or in other place. For example, I have many applications um, when I uh, share meet with other person and we speak. Sometimes this person, these people is the United States and London, and others people is in the other country that your your idiom native is English. Eh,
Their native
I
language. Their native language. Yes.
yes, okay.
Their native language is English.
And one thing that I dislike is that you you say, teacher, the people that the don't is irrespect with me when I have many mistake and wrong. Because I think that we are in the process and we are learning, and for that we are here in university because I want we want to learn teach.
That's right, Jorge. Concerning the first activity, which is practicing and improving your English, yes, that's what you say, right? Uh, that's why we are here. So you don't have to worry about that because this is the intention of these encounters to improve the language, to practice, to share, to meet people, with that purpose to improve, to be better in the English speaking. What was the second activity? Can you tell me that you like?
Repeat, teacher. I don't listen
What,
you.
what was what was the second activity you said that you like? One is to practice English, yes. And what is the other activity that you like?
The second activity.
Yes, that you like, that you mentioned.
I don't understand that the second activity is the
Yes.
explain
Remember
one
the
activity.
two things? Yes, no, two things that you like doing. Yes, two things. One thing
Yes,
is practicing English. And what is the other activity
yes,
that you like doing?
yes. The first activity is the practice
The
speaking in
practice.
English.
Yes. And the second is what?
And the second is meeting people
Oh, yeah.
for practice too.
Okay. All right. Yes. You like meeting people. You are a very social person, right? And for that, you told me you had applications in your cell phone.
Yes. Yes.
That is a very, very good exercise, for example, that you can do to share and to improve. You say that you don't like when people respect you, for example, when you are speaking and maybe they make fun of you, they laugh, wah, 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 wah. Okay. Well, I understand that. That's part of
Yes.
the, yeah, that's part of the process sometimes, and we have to be in a way a little bit tolerant with that. Now, can you tell me something, an activity that, but external, which is not related to English, not necessarily has to be related to English, but something external, like you don't like, for example, doing exercise, you don't like swimming, you don't
Okay.
like things like
Yes.
this, yes?
Okay, I have three things that I love. The is the music.
Oh,
I
music.
I like playing accordion and guitar.
Good.
Um, yes, I am uh, from the coast, Sagún, Córdoba.
Yes.
Yes, and
Yeah.
I love the vallenato.
So you like partying, right? Partying
Yes, but
and
I
playing the
love the
music.
yes, yes, yes. And the second thing that I love is the read.
You like to read. That's a very good exercise too.
Yes, I read novels, literature.
Literature. Yes.
I'm in my work and my job. I must to read because I work in the office. In the office.
Okay. You are not an infield officer. You are a
Yes,
police officer, right?
yes,
You are
yes.
not an
Uh,
infield officer. You are in an office.
in an office. Yes.
Right.
And three thing that I love is the cinema.
I like the
Um,
cinema too very much.
yes, I love all the movie that uh, star and show in the cinema. I I go every Sunday, every Saturday when and the future and the new movie. I am crazy for watch that.
Oh, so you like it very much, and but no, you don't have any preference like action movies. You like any movie.
No?
Yeah, you like any movie. Science fiction, action, romance, comedies.
Yes. The genre. My all the genre are my favorite, but the comics is comedian is my prefer. I think that
Your favorite, okay. Comedies. Comedies,
comedies.
you say.
Yes.
You like comedies. Okay, that's very good. And one thing that you don't like, apart from, education in English, what one thing your personal life that you don't like, an activity that you don't like, cooking.
Okay. Okay. I don't like the
Vegetables.
vegetable.
You don't
I
like
don't
eating
like
vegetables.
so much. I don't like be alone in house in home
Yeah.
or at home. I don't
Okay.
like. I don't like. No, I like. all every
Okay,
day,
okay, no,
every
that's
day.
okay. Yeah, that's okay. You don't like to be alone at home, for example. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Jorge.
Jorge.
Let's continue with Pilar. Okay, the same process, Pilar. I'm going to show you the presentation so you can see. Share the screen again. We go to the presentation. Okay, first we begin with your name, then your age, place of birth, place of residence, etc. Okay.
Okay, hello guys. My name is Pilar Mejia. I am 38 years old. I was born in Medellin. I live in Medellin too. I am a veterinary student.
That's
Mm,
excellent.
I like listen to music and watching TV
Yes, and
and
for
working
example,
with my
so,
pet. Huh?
sorry. Okay, no, continue. Finish. One
And
thing that you don't like.
I what?
One thing that you don't like.
I don't like do expositions in public.
Sorry, I didn't listen. There was an interruption in the communication. Repeat again.
I don't like do exposition in public.
Ah, no, you say I don't like doing presentations. I don't
Doing
like
present.
doing presentations. Okay,
I don't
in
like
public.
doing presentation in public. I
Oh,
don't like mathematics.
you are not good at mathematics. Okay, tell me. So you like to listen to music? And what
Yeah.
music do you like?
All the types.
Yeah, you like vallenatos, like for example, like Jorge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any favorite music that you
Yeah.
like?
All
For example.
music, vallenato, merengue, rock, all style.
Okay, and you say that you like music, and you like what's the other activity?
Watching TV.
Watching TV. What programs do you like?
I like very much. I love CSI. Bond,
CSI.
um, NCIS.
Oh, all about police investigation.
Yes.
So you can be very good friends. Jorge is a police officer. So Jorge, you like the same programs?
Uh, the series is don't like so much. I love the movie more.
More than the
Because
series.
I want to see the experience and showed time. I don't like to see the first part to, today and the second day the other part
Oh,
and the second
okay.
day other part. I'm bored. I boring this form. I love
Okay,
is
you
the
get bored. Say,
yes. I
I
get
get
bored.
bored. You
You
get
I
bored.
get
like
Okay.
all in one day.
Excuse me,
what?
repeat.
Do you like see all the movie in one day? All the series in one day?
Yes,
Well,
I want to see the topic of the movie in 2 hours, no more.
okay, that's good. Pilar, you say that you don't like what?
Mathematics.
Presentations in public.
Yes, and
Why?
mathematics.
Why don't you like presentations?
Why? Because I am very nervous.
You're a very nervous person.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you nervous now?
So so.
Okay, very good. So very good, guys. Yes, let's keep on with the presentation. Let's go to the other part. Previous knowledge. Okay, this is the English background. Talk about the English courses that you have taken at UNAD. Also talk about the grammatical knowledge you have acquired in your learning process at the university. Okay, so this part doesn't apply to Pilar because uh, she doesn't study at UNAD, but she can share some information, for example, related to her English experience in her life. Okay, so we have how many English subjects have you taken so far and which ones? Let's begin with Jorge. Yes, like how many subject, Jorge?
Materias.
Yes, very good. Yes. So how many subjects have you taken at UNAD related to English?
Okay. Basic English, English intermediate 2 now, and
Intermediate two,
didactics,
didactic.
first and second language,
Okay, yes.
um, and didactics. I don't remember. Co-
You
Colombia
don't remember.
Education.
Okay.
Colombia
Colombian
Education.
education.
Methods. Ah, this name is very long. Uh,
Yes.
okay, I don't remember.
Well, to be honest, I don't remember either. Yes, I took those subjects too. Yes, but I don't remember the titles very well. But well, you have taken quite a few subjects, like around maybe 10, 15 subjects.
No, like age, age
Eight
subjects.
subjects. Okay, okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Right. Uh, Now let's continue with the next question. Is what has been your favorite English subject? Do you have any preference, subject that you have taken at UNAT? A
Yes.
subject that you remember that you like? Oh, I like this subject very much. It was very
Yes.
interesting in related to English. Yes, no, the other subjects that are not in English. Which
Okay. My favorite subject English is um, all the subjects of the how I say raíz.
the root,
Yes,
root.
root. The subject root. For example, basic English, intermediate. The next subject is advanced. I think that is very important for me because I think that there I will to learn many things that I need for improve my English. The second subject that I think that is very important is phonetics, uh,
Okay,
because I think that this is very important for to to say the sounds that I need to practice because for example, I sometimes I say the a and a for the say the vocal a, and
yes,
I have many mistakes for the my phonetics and my grammar too. But I try to speak because I don't have scare uh,
speak
for trying and has grown teacher.
perfect.
The
That's
other
the that's the attitude.
the other subject that is in English it was ethics, ética.
You like ethics. You like
Yeah,
that.
just because my experience with this subject was very important because the teacher explained uh, many topics that is very important for know to know the reasons or the for the people do that do
Okay,
that doing yes. And
I understand.
I love
Well,
I like this much.
okay, very good. I'm very happy with the attitude that you have because that is the idea when you practice a language that you don't feel scared because that's the way that you practice, that's the way that you improve. Because when the people are very scared to speak and they never try, it's very hard for them to learn the language. But in your case, for example, you are going to learn the language very well, and you are in the process, and you will be speaking English very well if you continue with that attitude. That's the idea. Very good. That's You are a good example.
That is my problem.
For example, Pilar has that problem that she's scared speaking to other people in English, so it's hard for her, harder than you maybe. Okay, good. Continue with the next one. What has been the most difficult English subject and why? You remember any subject that you have taken that you say, oh my God, this is really difficult, but related to English?
Yes, teacher. I think that anthropology. Um,
Anthropology.
yes, because the the topic is confused. I think that was these topics are confused. Was confused.
Very confusing,
Yes,
confusing.
confusing because the guide, the guide, las guías,
The guides, yes.
the guide are very large and explain many activities and types and in the we need to go another place to interview other person many tasks and and after we must to do must to do an ensayo
Essay,
and say and
essay,
say and analyze
essay.
and say and analyze of of the orders the tasks that we do. I think that is very difficult for me because um, all the my my partner class um, don't understand this activity and they finish we do file work
Oh,
this I yes I was too preocupado.
worried, worried.
Yeah, yes, I was worried because I think that I lost this subject.
Right, I
And
understand. Yes. Because
yes,
of the participation of the others. Yes.
yes, because the guy was confused and one student do one thing and other student think other thing and finish we so fue un desastre.
Yes. Yeah. And Jorge, and what about an English subject? Like basic English, intro to English, in the intermediate English one, or Colombian education. These subjects that are related to English. So any subject that you remember it was difficult, but because of the language, or the methodology, or the topics.
One topic,
Which one?
one topic.
Yeah, but, well, actually, we are talking about a subject, like the most difficult. English subject. But the English subject, Jorge, is like for example, intermediate English one or
Ah, okay.
basic one or basic two or
Yeah, I I I
pre-intermediate.
had I had a subject. Um, its name was teach technology. I don't remember. Teach T A E C H. Teach. This
Okay,
subject is about the technology in application, in technology in application, and English teaching.
English teaching. Okay. Yeah, I remember
Okay,
a subject
English.
like that. Yes, I remember like
Yes,
I took a
this
subject like that.
this 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 subject, I think that is very difficult. Yes.
Okay, very difficult. Well, um, and finally we have, is there any grammar topic that you find complicated and which one? Grammar topic, like for example, oh, it's very complicated, the passive voice, or oh my God, these comparatives and superlatives. Oh, no, that's very complicated. Or conditionals, simple past, any topic that you find very complicated in English?
Yes. All. No, no. Lies.
No, don't tell us that
Lies, lies,
all
lies.
English is complicated.
I have um, difficult with modals verbs.
Salty.
Uh,
Modal verbs.
yes, and conditional structure. Um, and sometimes I know that the grammar, past the past tense, present tense, and the other tense. But my problem is when I'm speaking, uh, I I don't remember apply this uh, uh,
Grammar.
grammar in my speaking my words.
Yeah, I understand. Yes.
Yes,
Yes, I understand. But you acquire that with the practice, with the time and with the experience. Yes.
yes,
Finally, your brain begins to understand the grammar, and with the time, it automatically starts applying all those grammar, tips or knowledge. So you have to be a little bit patient because that will arise soon. Okay, with the practice.
okay,
Well, thank you. Now we continue. Now I'm going to change the questions for Pilar a little bit because since she is not an UNAD student, so well, anyway, she's going to participate, telling us her experience in English. For example, for the first question is how many English subjects, in this case, how many English courses, yeah, have you taken so far and which ones? Yes, where? You remember courses that you have taken, Pilar?
Yes, I take, uh,
I took
how do you say, various courses,
several courses.
several courses.
Yeah, for example.
I take English basic 1 and 2 and advanced intermediate 1 and 2 in the ABC Institute.
Okay,
And
very good.
now I have in English 1 again in the university
That's excellent.
because
And in the
what?
past, did you take another course in another place different?
What?
In the past, did you take a different course in another place, in another institute, maybe?
No, only in this institute.
Okay, very good. And you're taking English one now at the university, right?
Yes,
And the course is what? Nice, is good. You're learning. You're not learning.
Yes, but I don't like one thing because
What?
the professor,
The
mm,
teacher?
well, the teacher told very much in Spanish.
Oh, okay, yes. It's not, for example, like this encounter or this session that everything is in English.
No,
A lot of Spanish in class.
much part is in Spanish. This teacher
And
translate very mm, all the speak, all the his speak
I understand. Okay, oh, that's not very good.
in
Tell me,
English. Hello,
tell me, how many students in the course?
in this course in the university,
Yes.
approximately 12 students.
Oh, okay. It's not a very big group anyway. Well, it's very sad that, yes, the idea of an English class is that you practice English all the time. Yes. Okay. Well, what has been like your favorite place? Like, for example, you're telling me this one, or, well, at the university where you're studying now, or when you're studying the other institute?
The I like very much the other institute
Why?
because the whole class was in English all the time.
Oh, okay. That's very good. What's different?
This is I I think in how do you say pensaba?
I thought.
I thought
I
in
thought.
English.
Oh, okay. Yes, that's the best.
No translate.
Okay, I understand. Very good. Yes. You don't see the screen, right? Okay, I'm gonna ask you the other question. Let's go to the well, grammar topic. Is there any grammar topic that you find maybe complicated in English?
Yes, comparative.
Comparatives. That's complicated?
Yes, very complicated.
Oh, okay. Any other topic that you remember? Say, oh my God, this is very difficult.
No. No.
Comparatives. Well,
Um,
I suppose that comparatives and
this
superlatives,
also,
because
yes, comparative and superlative.
com- because the superlative in the construction is very similar. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Very good.
When
Now,
I use the one or other,
oh, you get confused when to use one or when to use the other one. Yes, I understand. I understand perfectly fine. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Let's move to the other part. Okay, which is the presentation. We're gonna have this, the influence of English in my life. Okay, I'm going to give you an example of the activity that is coming, the activity that I want you to do. So pay attention very much. I'm going to tell you all my life and how English influenced my life. Okay, so let's begin with simple past, because I'm going to be telling you how English came to my life. Then I'm going to tell you how English influences my life in the present, and finally I will finish with how English will affect my life in the future. Okay, so we have this is my story about English. Pay attention. If you have any questions, you can ask me questions, no problem. So everything began 20 years ago. 20 years ago, I was at my studies at school. I didn't want to go to the university immediately, and a friend convinced me, or he persuaded me to go and study English. That was not an option that I considered. I want you to notice in the frame that is in yellow, I have put there some verbs conjugated in past. The verbs are in past for regular and irregular verbs, and I have negatives too. So this is just like an example of what I want you to do. So take verbs, remember to concentrate in all the narration is in past. So conjugate the verbs very well in past. Okay, so I continue. Um, okay, my friend convinced me. I went to the place where he studied English. Uh, I went with my mother, and this place told me, okay, so you want to see a free class? So they sent me to a classroom. I attended one class. It was very good. I liked it. The teacher was very good. So I told my mother, yes, this is the place where I want to study. And okay, I registered in the place and my process began there. Well, I was very, very nervous at the beginning because I was a very, very bad student at the school. So I thought that maybe there in that institute, my performance was going to be very low because I was a very bad student. So I spoke with the teacher. I remember I said, "Teacher, I'm sorry. I am a very slow person. I don't learn very fast." And the teacher told me, "No, don't worry. Don't worry. You are going to learn English here." So when I began and I coursed or I studied the first level, I had a very, very good score in the final examination, in the oral and in the written test. So that first score motivated me a lot to continue the process. And I saw, okay, my God, I am good at this. I am learning something really, and something that I like. So then later, when I was like in a pre-advanced level, I had difficulties to pay the fee there. Like the the fee that I mean the course, the levels. My mother didn't have the money. My father didn't help me. I didn't have a job, so I spoke with the director of the place and I told her the situation, and I said, I'm sorry, but I can't continue. So finally she said to me, no, 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 don't worry, go back to class and we can speak about this later. So I went with her permission. I went to class, and sometime later, like 2 weeks later, she proposed me to be a teacher in that place. I was very nervous, and I went to talk to my friend. I say, "What shall I do about this situation?" She offered me a job, and he told me, "Hey, Andres, this is a very good opportunity for you. Opportunities come to our lives once, so please take the opportunity. That's an excellent chance for you to begin your professional life." And finally, okay, my friend convinced me. I went to talk to the director of the place the next day, and I accepted, and she began to teach me how to stand up in front of the students, how to manage the lessons there, how to speak in public, and other teachers there helped me in that process. So I became an empirical teacher, and that's the way that English began in my life. Okay. So if you notice, students, Jorge, Pilar, if you notice, I am here using mostly the verbs conjugated in past, regular and irregular verbs. Okay. Then in simple present, I'm going to use all the verbs in present. Negatives is don't or doesn't. I am going to continue with how English is influencing my life in the present. Okay. I have been a teacher now for 18 years. It's a long time. So I can say I have a lot of experience teaching English. Well, I like teaching. I live very much from this. I receive for many years salary with English. So in the present, I continue teaching. I have a course in the English Institute where I learned the language, but I also have a course in my house because I have a classroom there. I give private classes. I also use English in the company where I work because this is a multinational company. I have to do many things that are related to English. For example, I have to translate documents of the software that they develop. I have to what else? To run meetings, for example, in English on Skype. So I serve as a bridge between the people who don't speak English there in my office and the people who speak English there in the United States. So I am the bridge of communication between these two sides. I also teach English there to my partners, my coworkers in the company, and sometimes I work, yes, as an interpreter. So I do many things related to English there. I send emails in English. Well, that's the way English influences my life in the present, and it's very important for me. Now in the future, I'm going to concentrate. I am conjugating here the verbs with will, that is the future, and negative is want. Okay. The idea is to tell you like what will be the influence of English in my life in the future. Okay, or my plans concerning English. So the idea, because I'm studying this program, is because I want to be a certified teacher. I have worked all my life as an empiric teacher, but I need my certification now. Why? Because probably in the future I will work at the university. And if I want to work at the university, I need a certification in English. Yes. So I will maybe work at the university. Probably I will travel to other countries. So that will help me a lot, in the future. Uh, and I have a plan. I haven't started to develop, but I have the idea. I want to develop an English course. So probably I will be the competition of Open English. Okay. So I will work with in association with other people to build this course. So that's why I need all this knowledge about English. Okay, did you understand the activity?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, first you're going to begin telling me the story, how English came to your life. Yes, how English became part of your life. So everything is going to be in the past. Later, you're going to tell me the influence of English in the present, and finally, how English will help you in the future. Okay? So let's begin with Jorge. Jorge, tell us your story about English. How everything
Okay.
began.
Okay, I have an history, but this is many short.
Very short.
No
Oh, no
so
problem.
not so long. Okay.
No problem.
I had a teacher in my secondary. His name is uh,
His name was. Was.
his name was um, Maria. Maria
Okay.
uh, was was my teacher.
Yes.
Okay. Maria one time said me, uh, George, Jorge, you are a good student. Um, let's go to my house every day, and I um, try to learn English for you.
Teach you English. Yes, teach
Teach,
you English.
yeah, yes, teach English for you. Every day I went uh, her home, and this was my first influence for me for the English, for the learn English. Um, in 11 course in 11th grade, I participate in the English concourse. English,
Contest.
yes. Um, I don't I didn't win. I didn't win.
Okay.
Uh, but my teacher Maria every day said me, you can, you are very good student. All the motivation that you think.
That's very good.
Um, yes. Now I am influenced for,
Influenced.
yes, for my career, um, in here in UNAD, because I want to be a teacher of English teacher.
Excellent.
Yes. Other thing that I I consider important for me at now, is my uncle is traveling Chicago, and she said me, Jorge, if you learn speaking English, you come here with me 1 year. And
Oh, that's
this
a big
is,
motivation for you.
yes, this is many motivation for learning speaking English. I want to travel with my aunt for 1 year. This is very important for me.
That's perfect.
And the futures, um, one motivation is because, um, como digo, dentro de tanto tiempo.
Within. I'm going to copy that word here in the box in the text. Okay. You say
Okay.
within. You see it there? Within.
With,
Within. There, there, there is a lateral panel where I can chat with you and you can write things to me too.
okay.
Do you see the panel, Pilar?
Yes.
Okay. Jorge, you see what I wrote within? You saw that?
Yes. Bueno.
Okay.
Okay,
So
entonces,
within,
okay. Um, in the future, I think that my influence will be, um, to to give a class of English when I obtain pen my pension my
oh,
pension
when you retire, for the
retire.
police
Yes,
service,
yes, my police service, and retire, uh, from, no, oh, until 10 years, more or less 10 years.
the police officers retire very young, no?
Yes, 40, 42, 42 years old. I
Oh,
will
okay,
will be
excellent.
okay.
So
Yes, I'm my I think that I will teach, in academy, or I don't know, college, and school. I think that is very important for me to uh, a postgrade in the first
Okay.
in the first infancia, la primera infancia,
Okay. I
for
understand.
teach for teach children uh, and the primary
You
for
like you
begin.
like children?
Yes,
Okay. Good. That's it, Jorge?
yes, finish. This is my influence.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much for your information, to share that information with us. Let's continue with Pilar. What can you tell us, Pilar? How English came to your life, how English influences your life in the present, and how English will affect your future?
Okay, for me, the English all my life was very interesting. But my uncle is my influence more big. And more or less 5 years ago, I took the this course in this institute. And in this moment, I study in my university, and I hope in the future speak very well and graduated in English.
Okay, but very brief. Let's expand that a little bit more, okay? Because the idea is that you speak and speak more. I know that you are panicking at this moment, like, oh my God, I have to speak more.
Yes,
No, I don't like to speak, but you have to speak, okay?
yes,
Well, okay, good.
because Jorge speaks very well. And
Yes, but that's the idea that you practice. Okay, tell us. You said that what I mean, that everything began like 5 years ago when you started the course, yes?
yes,
And what motivated, well, you said that your uncle was a big influence, but what like motivated you to go to that institute to study?
mm, no, mm,
A friend, I mean, or
no.
why did you decide to go to that place and not to a different place?
It is for the azar, because in
It
this
was just
moment
at
I
random.
was, yes, I was interested in learn to English. And one day, listen listened to the radio,
On the
commercial
radio. Yes.
about this institute, and I called you. I called the institute and start.
And I started. Okay, very good. And do you use English in the present? I mean, do you have to use it?
What?
How does English? Do you use English in the present? I mean, English influences your life in the present in a way or no?
No, I use English only with my cousin and my uncle when they come to my house,
Your
because
cousin
my
and your
uncle live in New York and my cousin live in Canada.
okay. So when they visit you practice English.
Yes, because my sisters have the same nervous for talking English.
So it's a family issue, it's like a family problem.
Yeah.
Okay, good. And what are your plans related to English? What are your plans for the future? You say that you hope you will graduate one time in the future in English, but why? How will you use English in the future? How will English benefit you in the future?
Mm, because I hope traveling. I visit my uncle, my cousin. I want. Mm, how do you say conocer?
I want to, well, if it's a place, it's I want to know. If it is a person, it's like I want to meet maybe.
No
Okay.
countries, and
Okay, I want to know. I want to know.
I, I want to know other cultures.
Okay. For example,
Mm, the first, Canada and New York for my family, and then I don't know.
okay. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, let's continue with the other part. The other part, I'm gonna share again screen. Okay, the other part is the practice. Okay, pay attention to the dynamic of this session, okay? So, information questions. Ask questions to each other using the structure of the information questions as follow, focusing on your background. So, we have the information questions, we have what, where, when, why, who, and there are many others. How many, plus the noun, how much, how often, how old, etc., etc. Then after the information questions, we're going to use the auxiliary did for the past, the auxiliary do or does for the present, and the auxiliary will for the future. You, he, she, we are going to be using the verbs, okay? Notice that the verbs are in simple form. We already did the practice, we already spoke, but we are now going to make emphasis in the questions to extract this information, okay? For example, I'm going to give you some examples here in the box, as you can see. If it is a question in past, we ask, where did you live, for example? Or where did you study? Or, where did you go, etc. If it is a question in present, is who do you live with? Notice that the auxiliary now is do, but the verb remains in present. So who do you live with? Where do you live? What do you do? Where do you study, etc. in the present. For the questions in future is will. So when will you graduate? Where will you work? Where will you study, etc., etc. Okay. So the idea is that, for example, Pilar asks questions to Jorge. He already told us the story how English influences him in his life, how English began in his life, and in the future what he will do with English. Yes. Now you have this information, but I want you to concentrate asking these questions to Jorge. Anyway, Jorge will be repeating the information he already told us, but the purpose of this part is to practice the information questions and to focus, to remark the pronunciation, for example, of the verbs in past, the use of the auxiliaries for the future, for example, or if it's negative. Okay? I am going to help you with the questions. For example, one question can be in the past. So Jorge, for example, uh, what okay, what was the name of the teacher who influenced you in the past?
I must to answer.
If you don't want to tell us the name of the person, no problem, but you can invent. Yes, you can invent the information.
I have Maria. Maria was is my teacher.
Okay, Maria was my teacher. Okay, So we have, for example, okay, I'm gonna share again. I'm sorry. So I have, for example, Pilar, another question. In the past, where, so you made the construction where the auxiliary did, you have you, the subject, because the question is for Jorge, and a verb in simple form. This is only an example, okay? So you say, Jorge, for example, what time did you go to Maria's house? Okay, Pilar, you understand?
Okay. Where do you live when you was
In
a
past,
child?
in past,
Where did
where,
you live?
okay, where did,
You live when you was a child.
when you were a child, when you were.
Yes, I live in Sagún, Córdoba, and two, I live in Cincelejo, Sucre.
Okay, so when you were a child, you lived in Sogun, yes? Now,
Yes, I live.
uh, okay, what time did you go to school?
Me?
Yes, Jorge. We
Um,
have here.
okay,
What?
and in Sagún, I studied 5 years, and Cincelejo, I studied 5 years too.
Yes, but
Um,
tell us, continue.
okay.
Yeah, but my question is, what time? Like you studied in the morning? You studied at 7 o'clock
Ah,
in the morning. You studied
okay,
in the
okay. Yes, yes. I study English in now I use one application. His name is Cambly. Camblj. Cambly. This application, this there is a tutor, and when the teacher program or playing my session, I entry normally or often is in night, teacher.
Okay. Okay, good. Pilar, another question. It can be a question in present, it can be a question in future, because we already know some information, yes? But remember that the idea is to focus on the structure of the question. These questions, okay? So you do where or what or why, and the auxiliary if the question is in present or in past or in future. We are going to be using you because the question is for Jorge, and the verb, okay? Remember to keep that structure.
When will you graduate like a teacher?
When will you graduate? Yes, when will you graduate as a teacher?
As a teacher?
Yes,
I am not a teacher.
he is not a teacher, Pilar. We say when he will graduate, I do not.
Yes.
Repeat the question.
Okay, I am studying
I
in
changed
una.
the question. What do you study in the moment? At moment.
Okay, I studied three years ago.
Yes, and the other question is, what do you study?
Well,
That's not the question, Pilar.
Ah,
yes.
well, okay. I study em, licenciatura, degree in English, las degree in English, las foreign language.
Yes, you say, well, this is the title of the program that I know, right? This is the title that I have always. I'm going to write down that there in the box is Bachelor of Arts in teaching teaching English as a foreign language. Bachelor of Arts in this is the program Bachelor of Arts in teaching English as a foreign language. Okay. So this is Pilar what he and I am studying at UNAT. The other question, Pilar, the other question was will when he will graduate, right? Ask the question again.
Yeah.
When
When will you graduate?
from UNAT?
Yes, from NAT. Excuse
Yes,
me.
Jorge. Jorge, when will you graduate from UNAT?
I will graduate in 2020.
2020. 2020, like in 1 year and a half, maybe.
2 years more or
Two
less.
years. 2 years. Okay, yeah, right. 2 years. Uh, well, okay. Another question, Pilar. For example, what time or how long? Not what time, but how long? How long is like the period of time? Remember that he told us that Maria, the teacher, invited him to go to her house to study English because she was very interested in Jorge to improve the language because she considered he was a very good student. You remember that? So one question that I have for Jorge is, how long did you study with the teacher? You went to her house every
One
day, yes?
year.
1 year. And how long? Every session was how long? 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours?
Okay. And 1 hour, sometimes, 1 hour and middle,
And a
more
half,
or
and a
less,
half.
and a half.
Okay,
Yes.
remember to construct the complete sentence because the idea is to conjugate the verb correctly. For example, you say, I studied with her 1 hour or 1 hour and a half. Okay,
Okay.
very good. Mhm. Pilar, another question?
Question me, Pilar. Don't worry.
You see, Pilar, he's asking you. No
No.
questions, Pilar is mute. Okay, let's do the exercise now. You, Jorge, asking the questions to Pilar, okay? Similar activity, similar dynamic.
Okay. Okay. What do
You
you
make the
do, Pilar, now?
Repeat
Pilar.
me, please.
What do you do? Occupation
What?
or job?
In this moment, I am veterinary auxiliar and
Assistant, you say.
assistant,
Assistant.
veterinary assistant, and two, I am veterinary student.
Ah,
Okay, you have two
okay.
occupations.
Where do you work?
I work
Excellent.
in animal veterinary for, how do you say, near to my house.
It's near your house. Good. Very
Okay.
good, Jorge. Very good.
How how long do you work there?
Approximately 2 years ago.
You began 2 years ago. You began. Okay,
Where
good.
where did you work uh, af, um, antes after
Before. Before.
before?
Yes. Very good, Jorge. Excellent. Excellent, Jorge. Pilar, where did you work before?
I work in parking lot, in a parking lot with cashier. How do you say
As a
cashier?
cashier.
A cashier.
As a cashier.
As a cashier.
Why do you change? Why do you change your job?
Why did
Because I
why
finished
did you
my
change the
technology for assistant veterinary.
Excuse me, repeat? I didn't listen, Pilar.
Because I finished my technology for the auxiliar veterinary.
You finished your okay.
Veterinary
Why?
auxiliar or auxiliar veterinary.
Okay, Pilar.
You finished your
Did
technology as
why
in veterinary.
Okay.
the next question? Why did you study uh, assistant veterinary?
Because
How
I
do you study
love
that?
the animals.
Pilar, I love the animals very much,
Yes.
but I don't want to be a veterinary. I don't want to be a veterinary doctor.
What? I don't listen.
I love animals very, very much, but I don't want to be a veterinary doctor.
I don't understand.
The thing is that you say that you studied to be a veterinary doctor because, or you are studying to be a veterinary doctor because you love animals.
Uh,
But try to give me another justification because I love animals too, but I don't study to be a veterinary doctor. I prefer to be a teacher.
I like help the animals. I
I like to
like
help the
the
animals.
medicine. I like the carry my animal, my pet.
Okay,
Hello.
okay. Jorge, you have more questions?
Uh, yes, yes. Um, can you watch me, please, teacher, the question? The okay,
The
thank you.
presentation.
Yeah. How often do you cure? How often do you
Yes.
cure animals?
H- How often do you cure animals?
I don't understand.
I didn't listen very well, Jorge. Can you repeat the question?
Yes. How often do you cure with medicine or others operation. You cure animals.
Okay, how often? The frequency, Pilar. How often do you do that?
Be- um,
Cure animals every day because you work every day, or you cure animals only on weekends?
in the veterinary every day, in my house every day too.
Okay, you cure animals every day. That is your life.
Yes.
What will you think about the future, your future, and professionally about the professionally?
About your profession, yes, her profession. Okay.
I hope, I will hope,
You say, I hope I will, Pilar. I hope I will.
I hope I will become the excellent veterinarian orthopedist.
Okay. Okay, excellent.
Okay, thank you. No more question for today, teacher.
Okay, I think we're getting to the end. Um, okay, we are getting to the end. We are about to finish the session. I want to spend some more time doing this last activity. We asked the questions very well. Everything was working fine with this part. Now, the production part is narrate your story. We already began with this part. You narrated your story. I you used me as an example of what I wanted to do. And now, what I want you to do is to narrate the other person's story. You know, like Pilar, can can you please reproduce what Jorge told us about English in his life? And then Jorge is going to do the same activity, but with Pilar. You understand? So you're going to tell us, Jorge was born in this place, he studied this, then he, etc., etc. Everything that he told us.
I don't remember all the told to Jorge.
No problem. We help you to remember. Don't worry. Because the idea in this part, Pilar, the idea in the production part is that when after we practice this, like the questions, and in the first part that we listen to the stories, uh, finally you can produce, you can communicate what other people say. Okay. So can you tell us what you remember? No problem that you don't remember all the information, but the basic information. So where he was born, the name of the teacher that helped him, like that story.
Okay.
Okay, continue.
Who? Me.
Yes, you begin. Okay, let's do something. Let's do something. Let's begin with Jorge. Jorge is going to tell us a story.
Jorge was born in Sagun, Córdoba, and
Okay, okay.
he lives to Sagun, and he has a 34 years old.
He is 32.
He
No, 32.
32 years old, and he study Bachelor Arts in teaching English as foreign,
It's a foreign language.
and he was influenced for Maria,
Influenced
influenced to Maria,
by Maria,
by, by Maria,
by
her teacher.
his
Mm,
teacher.
Um, yeah. He likes watch the cinema very much
Okay.
and the music vallenatos.
Yes,
And
but try to
he,
concentrate more, Pilar. Try to concentrate more in the story that he told us about English. Yes, English in his life. That the teacher motivated him. That he went to the teacher's house every day in the afternoon, I think, to practice. He participated in a contest, but he didn't win the contest. Contest is concurso. That he didn't win the contest, but the teacher always told him, say, Jorge, continue. You are a very good student. That story, remember?
no, so.
You have to pay attention, Pilar. You have to pay attention. Okay.
Yes,
Uh,
it's very difficult because my mom is watching TV and he has the volume very.
the volume is very high. Okay, okay, I understand. Well, more information that you remember in the present and in the future.
Hmm. He played the accordion
Yes.
and no more.
No more. He
No,
has a plan in the future. He studies to be a teacher because he has a plan. You remember the plan?
no. Excuse me, but no.
Remember that he's studying because he likes to teach, and in the future he is
Ah,
going to retire. He's going
will
to retire.
will her his uncle travel with uncle with her
Yeah,
uncle.
in the present, that's something that he has as a plan. He wants to travel where his uncle lives. Yes,
Mhm.
and remember that he mentioned something about retiring from the police and teach children in the future. You remember that?
Yes, he teach English to primera infancia.
Yes. I don't know how to say it. I think it's maybe first child. I don't know. I'm not sure about that. Yeah,
De 0 a 5.
yeah. So he wants to be like a teacher for children, right?
Yes.
Okay. No more information that you remember?
No, no more information. Excuse me, please.
You say early childhood. You say early,
Early.
early childhood. That's what you say.
One reason is my mom. Other reason is my nervous.
Okay, don't worry, don't worry. Now it's your turn, Jorge. Tell us what you remember of what Pilar said before. Okay.
Okay, I remember that Pilar speak about his, her experience in the university with the English. She spoke about the uncle and cousin that her her have in Canada. In Canada, uh, she spoke about the importance of English for her and his goals for the future, and he
Yes.
he tell you her ago. I remember that his She is 38
Yes, 38. That's very good.
year, and he is assistant veterinary, and
Mm.
she is she she is from Medellin, Paisa. She she is living in there in Medellin, and before she worked in parking assistant.
In a
I don't
parking lot,
remember.
yes. As a cashier, como cajera, as a cashier in a parking lot.
Ah, okay, Mike. Okay, I don't remember more.
You don't remember more?
No.
Say cashier like this. You see, cashier. So yeah, yeah, she worked in a parking lot as a cashier, and she studied a technology in veterinary.
Yes.
And when she graduated, you remember she said that she changed her job because she went to study veterinary at the university, the veterinary
Yes.
program. She has some dreams in the future about English. You remember? She mentioned something about uh, English in her future.
Dream. I remember that she spoke about the travel in Canada at Canada
Yes, yes. She wants to visit Canada in the future and New York.
and New York. Yes.
And New York, very good.
Um, she spoke about the parents. No, the familiares,
Relatives. Uh-huh.
relatives.
Relatives.
That is in the foreign.
Yeah,
Um,
the relatives are abroad. The
abroad.
relatives are abroad. Yes.
Okay. Um, pues she spoke about the experience with the course and the she spoke about the difficult with um, um, comparative comparative topic superlative no comparative topic she have difficult with that topic. I don't remember more.
Okay, no problem, no problem. That's okay. Very good. You did very well. Both the two did very well. Very good. Yeah, sometimes
Thank
maybe we don't remember all the information, of course, yes, but it happens. It happens. That's very good. Okay, well, let me see. I'm going to stop. Okay. Well, I think that that is all for today, students. We are going to have the second session tomorrow, right? Tomorrow we
yes.
continue the class. It's the same time. It's from 8 to 10, well, or 9:30 today. We started at like 8:20, very late, waiting for the other students, but they didn't show up. We hope that tomorrow they can show up. So I'm gonna send an email later to remind these students uh, to come to attend these sessions because they are very important. Okay, you have any questions?
No, teacher.
No.
No questions? Jorge, what are you going to do later? When we finish this session, what are you going to do?
Okay, I am going to my home because there in this moment I am here in mothers in law
In law, yes.
in law. I remember, oh, and you write in the WhatsApp and remember, oh my God, today is the speaking class, uh, and connect there immediately because I want to assist all the session that I can do.
Imagine,
More,
imagine if you
yes,
continue, continue. Sorry.
and later I am going to my home. I am going to diner. I am have diner because I don't have diner aún
I
yet.
haven't had dinner yet. Huh?
Okay. And get a bag.
And go to bed. Okay, very good. And Pilar, what are you going to do later? Microphone, Pilar.
Excuse me. I go to study physiology.
Physiology. Oh,
Yes.
you're a very dedicated student.
Yes.
But it's very late, Pilar.
Very what?
Very late. It's 10.
Yes, but doesn't matter.
Okay, you're going to study. Very good. Well, students, thank you very much. Have a very, very good night and talk to you tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
Okay, teacher. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye
See you
bye.
tomorrow.
Have a very good night. Bye
See you
bye.
tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.